Hello, folks. My name is Detroit Miracle, and I'm coming to you from this late evening. Yes, indeed. And by the looks of things, it's going to be dark soon. So let me give you this message in a speedily fashion, and thank you all for joining me. Right now, I am here to talk about policing. Yes, many would say that policing or being a police officer is a very difficult and dangerous job. And I am not here to disagree with those people. And other people would think that police are unnatural and unworldly in a way that would indicate that they don't have the same wants, needs, desires, and urges like average, everyday, normal people do who are not cops or police officers. Well, people, I'm here to tell you that police are human, they're normal. So they have the same, I would say, drawbacks just like you do. And they can make mistakes and they do make mistakes just like everyone else. But cops at the same time are held to a different type of standard. So they are answerable, and in many cases, more answerable for their crimes and wrongdoings than any other average, ordinary people, because those such police officers are representatives of authority, and they are supposed to be symbols and standards of excellences. So when you see cops killing people, beating people up on camera, and even taking money, then they let people down in a lot of ways, because people, let's say, people used to say, rather, look at a police officer. You should be just like that guy. You should be just like that lady. They're out here protecting you. They're serving the public trust and interest. They're keeping things safe. So this is what you want to grow up and be like. But because of a few bad apple cops that dirtied up the whole bunch in some kind of way, then people are not looking at police officers in the same way in regards to people who should be looked at as being holier and thou and who are morally incorruptible. Yep. Are you still with me, people? Yeah, with regard to what I was just saying and talking about, police tends to commit crimes and do bad things as well as any other average day-to-day person. So they are not above being tempted by something that is incredibly wrong or bad. But at the same time, look, I would say this to police. Look, I can understand it being a hard job in which you do and which you undertake as your occupation. And I can understand if you take money and kickbacks, free meals, free drinks, and things like that. But there is no reason why you should be out there murdering people on camera, beating people to death, strangling people, putting your knee on their necks, if those people are not any threat to you or do not pose any potential danger to you. If those people are shooting at you or lunging at you with a knife, then it is your duty to subdue them by any means necessary with the necessary amount of force. But there's no reason to be that mad at somebody where you would want to beat them to death and on camera, especially if they're unarmed, they're not potentially dangerous, and you have more than enough officers to back you up. That is disgusting. It is evil, and it is a misuse of power and authority. So I had to add my intake on that whole situation. And what I'm talking about is specifically those 4 or 5 cops that beat that guy to death like that. What the hell were you people thinking of? What the That guy didn't get out of order. He complied. He respected your authority, and then the guy was near his house. Like when you were like not in a well lit area, you don't just pull over. You want to get around witnesses. Sometimes when the cops pull you over, and if you are black, because you're like, wait a minute, if he pulls me over down a dim, dark alleyway, then no one will see what's happening to me. So this guy probably wanted to pull up in front of his house. And if, a lot of those cops, they abuse their wife and beat them up too. Not all of them, but some of them do. If they come to work like that and take it out on the public and do things like that. So I'm going to say, look, police officers, look, don't get into that high stressful job if you can't handle it. And if it is too stressful, then get out of it. Change departments, go over to the fire department or the post office or something like that. Yes, officers, cops, policemen and women, and it is not worth like throwing away your whole life by doing something incredibly stupid like beating somebody to death, because that's murder. That comes under a mandatory sentencing. Yeah, all types of murders are mandatory, first degree, second degree, and third degree, and you know that. So you guys, are you gonna go out there and murder somebody unjustly and mess up your family's life too? You guys might have kids, wives. What will happen to them if you get 20 years in prison? And then y'all do not want to be sent to prison. That's the worst possible thing that can happen to a cop or an officer. So I'm saying, think about your actions before you react in a certain way, which would be overly aggressive towards somebody. Yeah. And with that being said, the nighttime is setting in, so Detroit Miracle is about to wrap this up. Okay, folks, I'd appreciate it if you would give me those likes, comments, and feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.